everyone, welcome back to my Let's Play of the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. When we last left off, hold on, let me remember what was going on. The ship's log, Herlock, I almost said the normal name. Herlock Sholmes said he solved the case, right? And we're all like, what? And so now he's about to tell us his great detective's greatly admired great deduction. So I think that's where we left off, because we were just kind of like walking around trying to figure something out. And I guess he solved it. I don't think I believe him, but I guess we'll see. I wanted to say real quick though, thank you guys so much for your continued support of the series. I just ate a pretzel. And I hope you guys are doing well. Sorry, I can never like keep one train of thought going. There's always all these weird interjections. But yeah, anyways, I'm talking a lot and I shouldn't be. So let's jump in and see what the heck Sholmes thinks happened. Blow me away, man. Ha! You have solved it. Even the hedgehog understands this case. We all knew who was responsible for killing student boy this morning when we found criminal in wardrobe. It is a stowaway, and he has handcuffs to prove it. I didn't do it, Candy Cane Man. The trouble is, there doesn't appear to be anyone else who could have killed the victim. Because, as everyone knows, the cabin door was bolted shut from the inside. That means the culprit must be someone who is inside the cabin. Yes, it's what's called a locked room mystery in detective stories. Locked room, that is point. The room was locked. Well, I can't deny that. But we've seen it slide shut because of the ship, so we know it wasn't us. There's no way the bolt could have been drawn across from outside the cabin. You're all quite mistaken. The cabin next door is not a so-called locked room at all. What? Oh yes, there is another entrance. An entrance used last night by the culprit in order to gain access to the cabin despite the bolted door. Bolted door. That's hard to say. What other entrance? We never discovered one. Why, it gaves open mouth at you even as we speak. The ventilator, man. The ventilator. Gah ha ha ha! You think this is funny? I could not even put my arm through that hole. That's because your arms are as thick as tree trunks. You're suggesting that the culprit entered and left the victim's cabin through that tiny opening. It's not possible. Ah, but it is. And last night, the victim even witnessed the intruder in the act of passing through the ventilator. Oh. Why is she looking nervous? Mr. Sholmes, do you mean? Are you referring to the words Kazuma-sama wrote in his diary? 1:23 a.m. I can hear a faint whistling sound. 1:35 a.m. What looks like some sort of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill. Precisely, my dear madam. But what does it mean? What is a speckled band? The answer to that particular conundrum is in this very cabin. What is wrong with him? Mr. Sholmes, what are you doing? There is a distinct element of danger, but fear not, I am ready. What I'm about to expose for you all to see will shock you to your cores. Behold! Gah! Ah! What the? Gasp! He's... okay, hold on. Oh, my PC battery is running low. Crisis mode activate. Hold on, everyone. Hold on. Be right back. Alright, sorry about that. Y'all, my computer was dying. I forgot to plug it in. Whoops. Okay, yeah, so there's a snake. So, yeah, okay. I was thinking it might be too obviously a snake, because that's what the story about the speckled band actually was, but, like, that snake is not very speckled. Unless, like, the detail is just, like, a poor quality, but, like, I feel like the stripes are really obvious for a reason. You know what I mean? Allow me to introduce you all to the band. The Speckled Band. A snake? Indubitably. Everyone's like, the hell? Mr. Sholmes, just one thing. Pray, what troubles you? Well, that snake isn't really, speckled, is it? Okay, I'm not crazy. It looks more stripy, wouldn't you say? Yes, you're right. I think in this case, you'd have to call it the Striped Band, wouldn't you? Awkward. Hehehe. You both see and observe with distinction. However, do you not think that is precisely the trap into which the culprit wishes you to fall? Oh my goodness, really? It's a trap? How exactly? I think perhaps it is time I explain the intricacies of my train of thought. Are you ready, Miss Pavlova? I'm sorry for the young man who died, but that is all. His death has nothing to do with me. This whole thing has nothing to do with me. There are two conclusions I have drawn from the facts. Number one. Last night, your friend infiltrated the victim's cabin. And number two. That same friend was responsible for the victim losing his life. No. She's turned as white as a bowl of rice again. Sholmes must be right. He's hit the nail on the head. But he didn't have strangulation marks, did he? Or puncture marks that we saw. So, like, it can't be the snake unless it, like, scared him to death and he banged his head on a wall or something. This young woman's friend killed Mr. Osogi. It looks like he can't speak with that snake coiled around his head. Probably for the best. I would advise as little movement as possible, Seaman. You wouldn't want the fangs of that long friend in your neck. So everyone, let us begin. Herlock Sholmes is proud to present his logic and reasoning spectacular. Time for me to pick it apart again. The great deduction, the game is afoot. And the game is wrong. Intruder's identity. Miss Pavlova, moments ago you claimed the following. His death has nothing to do with me. This whole thing has nothing to do with me. Yet you cannot deceive yourself. Why is she looking at her hand? Yes, when you recall those horrid events, your aching heart smarts with pain. I think her hand is in pain. And it is that very pain that evidences your inextricable link to the victim's death. So, we ask, what was the nature of this intruder that stole into the victim's cabin on that portentous night? Portentous? Is that a word? Portentous night, sure. Why, naturally, it was the friend with which you boarded this vessel, was it not? As I suspected, another telltale glance. Without doubt, your friend is the writhing serpent we see before us. Is it though? Like, is that really her pet? And yet, that fact leaves us in a quandary. The victim's written observations on the night in question tell of a speckled band, whereas regrettably, this specimen's markings do not fit that description in any way. Therefore, Cosmo's blind. What explanation can we then give, pray? What was his sight that fell upon the victim's eyes last night? No, don't look at me. This has nothing to do with any of this. Oh, but it does. You have the answer to this quandary even now, hidden behind your back. Yes, that which you are trying, but failing, to conceal can only be the snake's sloughed skin. Evidently, after the subtle and horrible crime, this most deadly friend of yours shed its original skin. No? I don't know what you were talking about. Last night, through the ventilator visible in this cabin, your then speckled friend slithered next door. Using the bell cord on the other side as a bridge, the serpent silently descended into the victim's quarters. In the dim light, it appeared to the young gentleman who was about to lose his life as a speckled band. Okay. In summary, the nature of this friend of yours, which last night infiltrated the scene of the crime, is a rare breed of snake whose markings change each time it sloughs its skin. A snake so dreadful we could only imagine it would be found in the deepest depths of India. Wait, why? A beloved speckled snake. Okay. How Mr. Asogi died. Yeah, riddle me this, Herlock, sorry. Moving on, we come to the heart of the matter, the grim demise of the victim. How did this young man lose his life, and why? Hell if I know, man. According to the data of which I have been apprised, it would appear there were no visible signs of injury. Why is that shocker? Does she think her snake killed him? She might wrongfully think he killed him. In fact, the circumstances of the victim's death can only be explained by a terrible venom. I don't think so. Now, if we take that as fact, we can reasonably imagine that there remains evidence to affirm it at the scene of the crime. Oh no, could there be? Where? Yes, an examination of the deceased's body will prove the cause of death conclusively. The almost, but not quite, imperceptible puncture wounds left by the venomous fangs will seal the truth. Yes, the vestiges of the snakebite delivered by your terrifying friend. This makes no sense. There is no point feigning ignorance, Miss Pavlova. After the incident, you endeavored to hide everything, didn't you? But now your involuntary glance betrays the hiding place you chose. That's right, you hid the evidence that links you to the victim's death in that traveling case. When we first met in this cabin, it came to my attention that your case moved periodically. Jeez. I almost said perceptibly. Your serpent assassin was restless inside, no doubt. You don't... It is telling that the victim made note of a low whistling sound that he heard minutes before his end. That was your signal, was it not? The sound you had used to train your serpent friend. To... train? Indeed, you'd put the serpent through this ventilator and wait. After a period, you'd summon it back with a whistle. You couldn't know the animal had done its duty, so you would listen for signs of life next door. If the victim appeared not to have been dispatched, you'd release the snake once more. Do you deny this snake has undergone such training? It's not true. Having slithered through the ventilator and down the bell cord, the creature needed only to sink its fangs in once. And its venom would course through the victim's veins, ending his existence forever. That is the true nature of the speckled band that took the poor young man's life. There can be no doubt, my logic is infallible. And so he just, like, crawled to the floor? Death by a venomous snake bite. Yeah, I don't know about that. Thus concludes Halakshom's great deduction of the speckled band. Sure. Same Hosonaga. Hi, I have about 20 problems with this. Miss Pavlova has trained up that snake as a killing machine. There on the floor, you will observe a saucer of milk. The promise of food is the key to training any creature. Wait, do snakes drink milk? Incredible. You've solved the mystery. Wait, Ryunosuke, please. No, really? Amazing, your great deduction really lives up to its name. I see now why Herlock Sholmes has become such a household name. My dear man, it was nothing remarkable. As the Russians say, I could have done it with one left hand. Yeah, please, Susato, just put some sense back into these boys. Could I venture an opinion, Mr. Sholmes? But of course, what's on your mind? It's just about your deductions before. Some things don't quite make sense to me. I welcome questions as to my method, and will answer both loudly and proudly. Oh, well, good. First of all, snakes are egg-laying creatures, part of the reptile family. You are well informed, madam. And reptiles, don't drink milk. Ah! It's really only mammals that like to drink milk, you see. So, I'm not sure it would be possible to train a snake using milk as a reward. No matter. No doubt Miss Pavlova used some other treat to encourage her pet to do her bidding. Milk was merely an example. The logic holds. Well, there is something else. Snakes have no ears. Ah. Yes, so I'm not sure it would really be possible to signal to a snake by whistling. Wait, what about snake charmers? Like, is it like the vibrations from the sound? I don't know. But madam, what of the tales from Arabia? Have you not heard of the snakes that dance to the sounds of a flute? Yeah, there you go. I think perhaps the performers play their music in time with the snake's natural movements. Oh, I see. No hands, no feet, no ears? These creatures are so inept as to be practically useless. Don't take it out on the snakes, Mr. Sholmes. There is one other thing. You have more? Snakes use the scales on their bellies to propel themselves. So, I'm not really sure that a snake could manage to climb up a flat bell cord like the ones in these cabins. Then it should try harder! Please, don't be angry with me, Mr. Sholmes. The point is, even if the snake had gone through the ventilator to the next door cabin, it couldn't have come back without help. What I'm trying to say is you're fucking wrong. Is that there are a number of reasons why it's difficult to imagine the snake could have had a part in this. How does it feel to be stupid? I'm kidding. Roasted. Susato just roasted him. Also, he never let Pavlova speak. She's like, I didn't do anything. And he's like, alright, moving on. She probably could answer some questions. I think we need to step in and help again, Mr. Naruhodo. Oh no, you don't mean... Yes, we need to modify Mr. Sholmes' latest deductions and turn them into great ones they ought to be. I had a feeling that was coming. Alright, let's give it a try. Just what I was waiting for, Mr. Naruhodo. Yes, right. So, cast your eyes down to your wrists again. What? You've done it again! Your handcuffs are gone! Where did they go? Fear not, I shall see they're restored after our work is done. I really wish you'd leave them off. Now, everyone, let us begin. Herlock Sholmes is proud to present his Logic and Reasoning Spectacular. Featuring Naruhodo. Yeah, let's go. Course correction. Hold it, Mr. Sholmes. Alright, you're wrong. Sorry, what you go? Pavlova, blah, 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 blah. His death has nothing to do with me. The whole thing has nothing to do with me. You cannot deceive yourself. Yes, when you recall those horrid events, your aching heart smarts with pain. But it doesn't. She does have a pained expression on her face. Yes, that's true. She looks as though Kazuma-sama's death is weighing heavily on her mind. But you're not sure Mr. Sholmes has read her quite correctly, is that it? Could there be some other way to interpret her expression then? Let's take a moment and really look very closely at Miss Pavlova. Aching heart. Oh, she's... See? I think it's a cat. It's a cat. Right there.
Yes!
Yes! Claw scratch! Yes, when you recall those horrid events, that claw scratch smarts with pain. Indeed, and simple observation reveals that the wound is fresh. Gasp! Miss Pavlova, did you in fact receive that scratch? Sometime last night? Ugh! It's gotta be a cat. I knew it. When I think about the young man who died next door, I feel so sad. And when I am sad, the pain from this wound is worse. And it is that very pain that evidences, yep, nope, linked to the death, nature of the intruder. Why, naturally, it was your friend. But it definitely was probably not. A glance. Where's the cat at? The writhing serpent. Yeah, no. It seems likely that the scratch mark on the back of Miss Pavlova's hand was made by this friend of hers, doesn't it? Except, snakes don't have claws, do they? No, they don't. They don't even have hands or feet on which claws might grow. Well then, if that snake isn't her pet, what is? What's the true identity of this friend of hers? We should follow her gaze, Naruhodo-san. That's where we'll find the answer. Oh! It's a cat!
Yes!
Photograph frame. Oh, is that wrong? You were looking over at this framed photographic print, weren't you, Miss Pavlova? But let's not be distracted by the print itself. Oh no! It's the frame that is your friend, isn't it? Because it is so beautifully displays whatever you put inside. Yeah, clearly that's what I was trying to say. What spectacularly contrived logic led you to this mindless conclusion? Oh, well, it's supposed to be a logic and reasoning spectacular, so I thought I'd contribute to the show. This is my show, Mr. Naruhodo. Kindly perform any peculiar experiments on your own stage. Ugh, sorry. I meant what's in the frame, you dolts. Not the frame. Whatever it is, it fit through the thing. Like, yeah, hold on. Calm yourselves. A baby! It's wearing the bell. The bell that's, oh my god, the bell that was in her room. Look at the photograph in this frame. This must be something Miss Pavlova brought with her when she ran away. She's exceptionally beautiful, isn't she? Yes, that's true. But personally, it's the little black creature she's holding that's caught my eye. Maybe we better take a closer look at this. What do you mean? It's a cat. Do I present the kitten?
Yes!
There we go. Without doubt, your friend is the little kitten we see before us. Yes, the scratch on the back of your hand makes that abundantly clear. Oh no. The whereabouts of this black kitten isn't clear, but what is clear is that you brought the animal with you when you ran away, didn't you? Ah! Darka is my best friend. Darka? Oh my god, I am this cat. I couldn't leave her behind. Darka would pay to be a Russian blue. Ah, those are cute. And yet, that fact leaves us in a quandary. The victim's a speckled band. Regrettably, the specimen's markings do not fit the description anyway. It's true. Explanation can we give? No, don't look at me. This has nothing to do with any of this. Oh, but it does. Bye-bye, hidden behind your back. Yes, oh my god. Is that a cat toy? Did you see that? She just took something out of her pocket and hid it behind her back. If she just left it in her pocket, no one would ever have known. Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Oh yes, ploys like that are Mr. Shom's specialty. He's ever so cleverly, that's a weird rhyme, he's ever so cleverly forced her to reveal something. I thought deduction was his specialty, or maybe making me believe that was a ploy too. Anyway, I find it hard to believe that's the skin of a snake. In which case, just what is Miss Pavlova hiding behind her back? Is it a cat toy? Oh, yo, hold on. Well, it is speckled and it is a band, but what is it? It seems to be soft and fluffy, a long piece of cloth of some sort. And that looks like a handle at one end. I think it may be a cat's toy. This sort is common in the West, apparently. Oh, in the West, apparently. How is that a toy for cats? Cats like to chase the band around and paw at it, because they're adorable, Ryunosuke. Kittens in particular love that sort of play. You only need to wave it in front of them, and they pounce to catch it. Ha! That sounds positively adorable. I know. I know. Cats are the best. Here you go.
Yes!
Yes! So she was trying to get the cat back into her room, maybe. Yes, the thing you were trying but failing to conceal is, a cat's toy. Precisely, and the true nature of the now infamous speckled band. Ah! And it was this toy that you dangled through the ventilator? It's a long toy. You waved it around, I presume. Naturally, the victim could not fail to notice it. But why? For what reason? My dear boy, there can be only one answer to that. After her feline friend disappeared through the ventilator into the neighboring cabin, Miss Pavlova attempted to use the speckled cat's toy to incite the creature to return. Okay. Ah, okay. That's what I figured. In summary, the nature of this friend of Miss Pavlova's, which last night infiltrated the scene of the crime, is a kitty cat. Is a blithesome Russian blue breed of cat by the name of Darka. Kya! That was such an anime noise. Kya! A truly troublesome feline young Darka is proving to be. She must be caged once found. You will forgive us for borrowing the photograph of your pet, Miss Pavlova. Photograph of Miss Pavlova and Darka has been entered into the court record. Photograph of Miss Pavlova and her friend, a kitten named Darka. God, I wish I could pet it. The tiara she would wear on stage can also be seen. Okay. Where's the cat? It was after I gave her food last night. That's when it happened. She scratched the back of my hand and then ran up the bell cord. Before I could do anything, she had disappeared through the ventilator. Darka, she is so naughty. A cat! Ah, beloved kitten. Yeah, so the bell was broken on the floor. I don't know, did the cat scare him? Is he allergic? Moving on, the heart of the matter. Yep. How did he die? And why? According to the data, no visible signs of injury. Ah! In fact, the circumstances of the victim's death can only be explained by a terrible venom. Yeah, what Mr. Shulm says is true. There were no signs of a wound anywhere on Kazuma-sama's body. That's right. But Mr. Shulm seems to be unaware of one very important detail. Kazuma wasn't poisoned. Yes, it would seem so. Let's give him the information he's missing now. Okay. Article, diary. Cause of death is a cervical spine injury.
Yes!
Yes! You're wrong, bitch! In fact, the circumstances of the victim's death can be explained by the post-mortem report. Ah yes, I knew it was one or the other. What? His neck was... Indeed, the breaking of the cervical vertebrae is fatal. Only that Goliath would be strong enough to survive that. Seaman Stroganov isn't some immortal freak, you know. The jury is out. Anyway, we have on good authority that the victim's neck was broken. Now, if we take that as fact, we can reasonably imagine that there remains evidence to affirm it at the scene of the crime. Uh-huh. Oh no, could there be? I mean, the bell's right there, right? Examination of the body. Sure. Kazuma died because his neck was broken. In other words, he was probably struck by something, or someone. Yes, that's a distinct possibility. As of yet, no weapon has been found, though. Presumably, Darka didn't silently creep up behind Kazuma and deal him a fatal blow. Ninja cat! I suppose. It's possible that he had a fall and hit the ground awkwardly. It could have been a terrible act of misfortune that he broke his neck completely by accident. Oh yes, a bad fall could explain it. It's rather hard to believe of Kazuma-sama, though. He wasn't a clumsy man. Huh. Well, we need to fix this deduction somehow. Is there anything from the scene that could explain what happened? The skid mark, maybe?
Yes!
Yay! Mark on floor! Yes, an examination of the mark on the floor will prove the cause of death conclusively. This particular mark, so prominently visible next to the victim's body, is a deposit of shoe polish. Shoe polish? Hey, I hate to suddenly do this, but I'm gonna have to call this an episode here randomly. I think it's about 40 minutes anyways, but I have a meeting in 5 minutes that I forgot about, so, hey! Thank you guys so much for watching. I promise I'll get another episode out this week and we'll find out what happened to Kazuma. But hey, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're still enjoying the series. Sorry for all the blunders today of technical issues and other crap. But as always, feel free to leave a like, comment, favorite, or subscribe, whatever you guys are feeling. And until the next time, lights off, dark out.